Welcome to Our Savior Lutheran, Platte City and Smithville, Midweek, Minute in the Word, Life with God, update and devotional. Lord's richest blessings to each and every one of you. There's a lot of things going on in our congregation. We try our best to communicate everything to you. I encourage you to always ask, to get the minutes. They're available. We don't kill a bunch of trees, and we don't send them out on email because they can often be sent in many different places. But if you request them, you sure can get them. You read them before each meeting that you attend because they have to be approved. So I encourage you to look at the announcements, look at the minutes. If you want to know what's going on in our congregation, take this step to find out. With that said, here are some things that are going on in our congregation. We just did Ladies' Night. Wow. I didn't get to go, but I want to thank all the ladies behind it that put it together and all the ladies that attended. From what I hear, there's was at least planned a really big turnout. So the Lord's blessings upon all of that, and hopefully it's something we can do annually, or maybe something we can do more than that. We began the adult confirmation, refresher, inquiries class on Tuesday night, last night. So if you didn't get to come, please, it's in Smithville. Check the time because it might have gotten adjusted, but nonetheless, come to it. If you have questions, that's the place to ask them as far as doctrine is concerned, because that's what that class is. So the 6 chief parts. And then youth for the 7th and 8th graders, we're going to meet first in Smithville at 6:30 on the 19th, and that's parent orientation. So I'd like at least one parent there as we go over things. And then raising confident children. Unfortunately, we had to cancel that. Some things fell through, so that was coming up in September. However, a class on your death and making the most of it, I mean, looking at all the different parameters of a funeral and passing and going to heaven and those things in the physical world, will be held in November. So I encourage you to follow up and check the dates on that. And then we still have the Academy Fall Fundraiser on the 8th of October. We have the Fish Fry on the 15th of October. On the 30th of October, we're doing a shoebox Operation Christmas Child that I explained before, and going to fill and do those things, and then hopefully we'll actually bring them to a church service and bless them as well. But check out the times on that and the announcements. Seek that out. Come be involved in that. And then we're still focusing on Every Member Ministry. That's our theme for this year. We'll probably continue that theme on into next year or tweak it just a little bit because there are so many things that we're still working on in our ministry plan, even along with as we put together our budget. With that said, the theme for last Sunday focused upon God saying that He will search for His sheep. That's pretty important, especially when we get caught up in churches and we force people to go out and force people to come to faith, or we have pastors that believe that only what they say matters, when God screams, I will find, rescue, feed my sheep. And that's in the Ezekiel passage that we looked at last week. So I thought a great devotion would be Psalm 23. What's Psalm 23? Okay, the Lord is my shepherd. However, as I was looking at Psalm 23, the headline from Psalm 22 jumped out at me. And I just went by it, but I want to mention it to you. If you haven't ever read Psalm 22, do it. It's pretty powerful. The theme is, why have you forsaken me? What did Jesus scream from the cross? Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? And so as you look through that psalm, a lot of that stuff comes in and what Jesus has done. But I want to remind you, as the under shepherd or shepherd of our congregation, that the Lord is the good shepherd. He's the one that leads us, open doors, and guides us. And He's the one that also stops us from doing things that He doesn't want us to do. He doesn't always do that, though. Sometimes we stumble and push forward. And if we bull our way, then See, there's this word that I don't think we understand. When the Lord blesses us, if we look at that in the Hebrew and the Greek, it means to be fruitful and multiply. Has that connotation within it. That's not what its root meaning is. But when it's used in that idiom, fruitful and multiply, we're supposed to do that as individuals, and we're supposed to do that as a congregation. And as we do that, we remember, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely, or certainly, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Who is our shepherd? Jesus is. He died upon the cross when He cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? Because that's when He was forsaken by God. This is when He suffered hell. So you and I would be redeemed, forgiven, summoned, called by name. That's where the power of those being saved comes from. I pray everything is well in your lives. And as we go and close out summer and head towards the fall, the Lord's richest blessings upon you, now and always. Amen.